Back in January 2016, way back when I used a robotic voice to narrate over my videos, I intently devised a theory on the Nintendo game known as Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. This video, it's quite hard to explain. You see, it sounds incredibly stupid, but it has this weird underlying legitimacy to it. It's no doubt one of those videos that people watch and would call a parody theory, but it has a weird, almost sort of accuracy to it, which is why I thought of the theory to begin with. So I'm going to re-explain it over 2 years later in an attempt to spark more discussion. It's one of those types of theories that reveals a secretly villainous protagonist, which I know some people hate, but hear me out. I haven't done a theory on a video game in quite a long time, so for those who enjoy these, here's a weird and surreal ride. Hello, I'm the Theorizer, and I swear once again this can either be perceived as shocking or ridiculous, but in truth, it's actually both. So here we go. Captain Toad and his accomplice Toadette go throughout the game grabbing tons of coins and money, becoming utterly filthy rich by the game's end. I even calculated it out to be approximately $480.24 million, which is just flabbergasting. During one of their treks to find an expensive golden treasure known as a power star, a massive bird with a turban known as Wingo finds and approaches them for some reason and steals the star with Toadette clung to it. Captain Toad runs through the levels and mazes and saves Toadette after tracking her to Wingo's massive hideout, which is essentially a massive bank of gold coins. Wingo is quoted by the game as a lover of all things shiny. Eventually, he finds them again and tries to take the next star they find, but Captain Toad clings on this time. Toadette saves him, but madness ensues and they get separated. They try to find each other, they eventually do, and they finally destroy Wingo for good, before fleeing to Peach's castle where they end up separating. Captain Toad then enters a pipe to the Sprixie Kingdom where the events of Super Mario 3D World take place. He finds a bunch of green stars and gives them to Mario along his travels. So my theory is basically that Wingo is intentionally misrepresented as a villain. And this isn't a theory like how Mario's evil because of the player's tendencies. This is a theory based off of blatant logic and evidence seen in the game. Wingo is not out to steal from the Toads, he is out to stop them. When we view the scattered wanted posters of Wingo throughout the Mushroom Kingdom, we can immediately notice something rather striking. The fact that he is smiling, and appears to be posing for the image. Now, that could be nothing, but it's incredibly rare for a notorious criminal to be actually professionally posing and smiling for a wanted poster. But then comes the bombshell when you find the secret level. If you tilt it to the side and zoom in closely, you can find the shocking and rare images of wanted posters for Toad and Toadette. This blew my mind, thanks to the commenter who pointed it out on my older video. And what do we notice about these wanted posters? Toad and Toadette have their mouths open with shock as they seem to be tipping backwards. These are surprise photos, as opposed to Wingo's more apparently planned one. Basically, it's weird. Why would these two have wanted posters at all? And why specifically hide them only in this secret hidden stage? Well, maybe Wingo's posters are advertisements and not legal requests to apprehend him. Oh, there we go. Now I've planted the seed. But now comes the big bomb of logic. If he truly was a notorious criminal, then you think that he'd have robbed everyone in the land since he's a quote lover of all things shiny. But that simply isn't true. The Mushroom Kingdom has coins scattered literally everywhere. He hasn't gone after anyone, not even the spare change lying around. The only things he ever goes after are Captain Toad and Toadette. Once again, it's incredibly odd that he showed up right when they were after the star. On more than one occasion. You know who does rob the land of all these coins? Toad and Toadette. They consistently steal. This game's premise is based off of this. Even if you, as a player, collect very few coins overall, the cutscenes show the Toads' enormous wealth. They run through the land, stealing all of the money, killing all of the inhabitants. It's incredibly damn weird when you think about it. And the only people out to help these Toads are the Toad Brigade, who we quite obviously know are the good friends of Toad and are by no means random strangers. Wingos Fortress, once again, is essentially a bank of sorts. Posters scattered everywhere, advertising the posing and smiling Wingo, the savior to the kingdom's financial problems. These gluttonous shroom people infect the land with their greed as they transcend its boundaries. Wingo, the bounty hunter, is there to put an end to the mindless rampage. They call him a lover of all things shiny, the kind of title you could just as easily attribute to an intelligent banker as you could a thief. It's at this point in the old video that I very bluntly compared this freakish revelation to the story of Bonnie and Clyde, minus the gruesome death in the end. A multi-gender duo of money-hungry and delusional crooks out to treasure track as they make their way across the land, robbing and killing as they go. And these Toads are delusional. They believe that what they're doing is fully legal, as we see, but as any sane person knows, theft from dozens of locations and murder of the inhabitants is most certainly legally punishable. Bonnie and Clyde had a little gang of extra people, like the Toad Brigade, but that's about as far as this seemingly ridiculous comparison goes. And Captain Toad is greedy, quite blatantly. In Super Mario 3D World, he makes sure to collect and share only his green stars with Mario, as they clearly have no worth. After all, they aren't gold. Okay then. That was interesting. Very interesting and oddly plausible at points, but very stupid sounding and weird on the surface. I don't quite know what to say except, well, Captain Toad and Toadette are thieves who are so stupid that they don't know what they're doing is wrong, and Wingo is a bounty hunter slash vigilante who is out to collect and redistribute the stolen treasure. The main proof is the odd differences in the wanted posters and the fact that Toad and Toadette have posters at all, hidden in a secret level, no less, is compelling evidence for an otherwise idiotic concept. But this is all I have, so sorry about this abnormally short video. Next week there will be videos on the show Total Drama and the game Minecraft. Until then, y'all, I'm a theorizing dude person. Ha!